Okay, so this is your home screen in Upwire. It's just worth noting before we get into it, the top right you'll find your account settings. So this has things like your account balance, your billing details, and any caller IDs or numbers you have. We'll get to that a bit later. Don't concern yourself with that just yet. Bottom right, you've got help. So we're always here for help. This is where you go for online chat. There's FAQs and helper videos and all sorts there. So bottom right for help. So to start a new outbound calling campaign, we want to hit the green plus sign for a new project. Give your project a name. Then we want to select where the data from the campaign is going to come from. So you can use the builder to plug in some test contact information, or you can upload a spreadsheet, which is what we're going to do in the CSV file format. So here's a quick look at what that might look like, containing the contact information and various product details. You'll then be prompted just to confirm which field contains which information. So for example, that's the number we're going to use to dial people on in the voice field. You then just confirm you want to use all of those variables in your message, whether you're going to use them or not. And outbound calling, so this is a voice template. So this is the sandpit, which shows your data flow, and it shows all your data coming from that cloud icon down into your outbound voice template. So it's the blue phone icon here. Okay, so now we're in the builder. The first thing we've got to do is get a number for our caller ID. So this is the number the call is going to come from. Now you can see here, once we click on that menu, there is a number there, but if it's your first time in, you won't see anything in that drop-down menu. So you need to click by a number and just follow the prompts through there. Choose your country, the sort of number you want, mobile or landline, and just check the website for latest pricing. It's $3, $4, $5 a month, but check your country pricing on the website. And just follow the prompts, and that's how you buy a number to set your caller ID. If it's not initially there, sometimes you might have to just refresh that menu or do that, and you can see the number there. Now the information module is really straightforward. It's usually used for a greeting, and this is where you don't need any response from a respondent. So you can enter your message either as a sound file recording in WAV file format, or you can use the text-to-speech editor where you just type it in and have it read out. You can see you can just drop in your variables and they will auto-populate from your spreadsheet data. The input module is the one you use when you're prompting someone to input a number into their touchpad. So we can just drag and drop, connect it to our flow like that. You can use the text-to-speech editor to ask the question or upload a sound file as per usual. So I'm going to ask them, real simple question, what is your age, for example? And then if we go to the third icon down, we've got our branching, and there's a few things we can configure in this, like a maximum and minimum number of digits for that answer. And then it's important you set at least one branching rule at the bottom there, so that'll allow you to connect this to the next module. Okay, so when you want to ask a multiple choice question, you want to use the menu module. So snap that into place to start with, and we're going into the text-to-speech editor. And in here, you want to ask the question and then also make sure you make reference to all the options for the answer. So in this example, for Liberal, press 1, for Labor, press 2, for Greens, press 3. Then in the branching icon, set up the options accordingly. Just remember the text-to-speech is read from the text-to-speech editor, not from your branching options. And you can see we'll get an outbound branch there for each of those options. If you want to transfer the call to a live operator or customer service representative, we just grab that transfer module, we snap it into place in the flow. Then under the information icon there, we can enter the phone number we're transferring to. So the only thing you really need to keep in mind here is number format. Always include the international code, no plus prefix. There we go. Your other options here is a message for the person who's being transferred. So you can say your call is now being transferred. And there's also an option for an agent message. You might want to let them know inbound call coming from, this call queue or that call queue or this team. Just make sure you toggle that one on top right if that's something you wanted to use. As always, you can rename this module and it will appear in your reporting as you've renamed it. When you want to record part of the call, we use a record module, funnily enough. We can just drag and drop that into place, snap it into our flow like that, and then let me just bring up the text-to-speech editor. So usually you use this for things like accepting terms and conditions. So let me type something in just for the world's shortest terms and conditions there. Then you have some settings which are unique to the record module. So you can set, this is in seconds, a max record duration, a max silence duration before it times out, and a termination key. So usually you'd have to prompt the customer if you want to use a termination key. So accept the terms and conditions, then press the hash or star key. The hang up module is by far the simplest. All it does is hang up. All you need to know is to put any pleasantries, a goodbye or whatever in the information module above it. Okay, so once you've built your call flow and it's time to launch, you've got to go to the top of the canvas here and click the check for errors. Now we can see here I've got an error, comes up big, bad, bright red. It'll show you where on your flow the error is with the same. It'll highlight it in red. So here it's saying you've got no connection on these outbound branches. So that's easy to fix. If I go back up, try it again, get the all clear, and then you just go top left. If it hasn't auto-saved, click save, and then click back to your data flow. You then run a quick pre-launch check here with the rocket icon and press play for launch. Just confirm we're going to use the data that I started with, which I uploaded at the start. Give the job a name, and you'll get confirmation now that that is running. There we go, and you can see your progress here as well.